KARE 11 Sports presents the Prep Sports Extra, brought to you in part by your Northland Ford dealers. Now, here's Randy Shaver.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Prep Sports Extra. Just a reminder, coming up in a few minutes, our 11th edition of the KARE 11 Sports All-Metro football team. But first, state semifinal action from the Dome, starting with Class AA. Anoka, Grand Rapids tonight. Tom Solstice to Mike Ingasser. Touchdown pass off the option. 14-zip Grand Rapids. Back comes Anoka. Cool, calm quarterback Jesse Chenard. Touchdown pass to Jason Podani. 14-7 Rapids in front. Tied at 14, Matt Stolsky. Big fullback, third quarter. 21-14 Anoka, and they're in front. But Craig Sint scores from short yardage for Rapids. Game tied 21-all, fourth quarter. Watch this now. Grand Rapids on offense. Tip pass. Picked off by Anoka's Tim Rick, and it's a big play. Late in the game now, Anoka a chance to win. Jesse Chenard will find Brian Greenbush down the sidelines. Look at this pass. And it sets up what could be the winning field goal. 12 seconds left. Matt Ryman, 34 yards. It's good. Anoka wins 24-21, and they're going to the Prep Bowl next week. Let's hear from the winners.
I knew we would take it all. I knew we were a great team. I know we never let down. We just drive it all the way. We're number one.
Even though we still had a hard time stopping them, that was still a big play. And every turnover was something, you know. I mean, if we wouldn't have got the last turnover, you know, they might have been kicking the field goal instead of us.
Now to Class A, it's Northfield against Hutch. 10-7 Northfield, touchdown pass Holden to Roski, 17-7 Northfield. Fourth quarter, Hutch comes back. Ryan Dolder to Kurt Wagner. 16-yard scoring strike, 17-14 Northfield. Late fourth quarter, Hutch's Timo Horn, 31-yard field goal, it's tied. 17-all, we go to overtime. First play from the OT, 10-yard line. Hoken Bankston for Northfield. Touchdown run, 23-17. Hutch now gets 4 plays from the 10. Their first play in the OT. Watch Bankston. He'll pick off the pass. The game is over. Northfield in overtime, 23-17. And let's hear from the winners.
Oh, we were thinking we ran the same play we ran last week in overtime. But that 46 dive was wide open. In overtime, when they got the ball, we knew we could stick them. I just came up, made the catch. We win the game.
Well, the keys were big, you know, a couple of big plays in overtime. Håkan Bankston obviously made the big run, last 8 yards of it all alone, and then the big pickoff. Great plays. He really made up. He fumbled earlier, and he really felt bad, and made 2 great plays to make up for it.
Class B this afternoon, this is a kickoff return, or is it? It's the skip pass. Tim Bush for Triton will go 92 yards, and Triton takes a 35-28 lead on Zumbrota Mazeppa. This was a wild football game. A few seconds later now, Zumbrota Mazeppa, Jeremy Belanger to Brian Potratz, 65-yard scoring strike. With the 2-point conversion, they led the game 36-35. Just over 2 minutes left. Triton is driving. This time it's a screen pass. And it's Kirk Midthun to Tim Bush. Midthun threw 5 TD passes, and that's how Triton goes to the Prep Bowl. 43-36, and they advance. Class C, Chatfield in maroon. Rich Manahan up the middle, nobody touched him. Not a soul. 60-yard touchdown run, and Chatfield wins 35-14 over Minnesota Valley Lutheran. He scored 3 times today. And in 9-man, Verndale against Hills Beaver Creek. Touchdown pass Runyon to Blaine Leonard, 26 yards. Remember, it's a shortened field for 9-man. Third quarter, Runyon again. This time, a 56-yard touchdown play to Mike Bounds. Verndale wins it 48-18, and they are going to the Prep Bowl next week. And, of course, there's a full slate of games tomorrow starting at 9:30, concluding with the Jefferson-Alexandria game tomorrow night. When we come back, we'll introduce the best football players in the Twin Cities metro area. Our KARE 11 Sports All-Metro team next. Welcome back, everybody. Now it's time to announce our All-Metro football team for this year. It's our 11th year of honoring the Metro's best. We don't name a second team or honorable mention. These are the best of the best. First, our KARE 11 Sports All-Metro defensive team. Tim Rosga leads our All-Metro defensive team. The Cretin-Durham Hall senior did it all. A repeat All-Metro choice, Rozga intercepted 10 passes, 2 of them for touchdowns. He can also hit. The 6'2", 185-pounder punished receivers who came into his area. He also played offense, making 33 catches, scoring 10 touchdowns. He kicked, he punted, he returned. Rozga did it all. Mike McKinney is Apple Valley's all-time career interception leader with 15. The 6'3", 175-pound senior played both safety and receiver. He averaged 24 yards per catch on offense and was a leader on defense. Eric Balbrecht had an amazing career at St. Michael Albertville. Balbrecht intercepted 38 career passes in 4 years, 10 this season. The 4-year starter played both ways in leading the Knights to a 6-3 record. Edison's Darren Johnson was the main reason the Tommies went undefeated in Minneapolis City play. Johnson was a tough defender, recording 70 tackles. The 5'11", 195-pounder also scored 15 touchdowns on offense. Edison finished 8-2 overall. Leading our linebacking core is Northfield's Brent Setterstrom. The 5'11 senior has made 134 tackles through 12 games. The next closest teammate has 67 tackles. The 3-year starter led Northfield to an 11-1 record. Josh Guzzi of Irondale may end up a better hitter in baseball, but on the football field, Guzzi at 6 foot 190 punished people. He made 108 tackles and was named the Twin Cities East Defensive Player of the Year. Forest Lake, 6 foot 185-pound Wes Atkinson led the Rangers' #1 rated defense in the TC East. He made 112 tackles. Atkinson was a 2-year starter and the straw that stirred the defensive drink at Forest Lake. Our final All-Metro linebacker is Sean Fisher at Columbia Heights. He's 6'3", 220 pounds, and a punishing hitter. The 4-year starter is the school's all-time tackle leader. He also played tight end on offense. Burnsville's 6'6", 220-pound Mike Cernock leads our defensive line. The 3-year starter recorded 5 sacks, 8 hurries, and 53 tackles from his defensive end position. He was the defensive stopper for the Blaze. Paul Boudre of Elk River, number 99, made 9 sacks and was the leading tackler for the Elks' #1 ranked TC West defense. Boudre at 6'1", 205 was named the Conference Lineman of the Year. Wyzetta's Rob Hansen at 6 foot 250 is a true nose guard. Hansen stuck his nose in the opponent's business, recording 15 tackles for losses, including 3 sacks. He also scored 8 touchdowns on offense. Eden Prairie's Justin Bridge at 6'5", 255 developed into quite a defensive tackle this year. Bridge recorded 6 sacks, caused 2 fumbles, and the senior played with tremendous energy and desire. He led an unheralded Eden Prairie defense. And finally up front, big Kelly Cobernews at Hutchinson. He's 6'5", 260, a 3-year starter who stuffed the run and forced offenses to work away from him. He's led Hutch to the state semifinals this week. Our All-Metro punter is Tom O'Brien of Chaska. What tremendous form. O'Brien averaged 44 yards per punt. He also kicked for Chaska. 87% of his kickoffs were not returned. And finally, our specialist is Totino Grace's Roland Buller. Buller recorded over 2,000 all-purpose yards for the Eagles, scoring a startling 28 touchdowns. The 5'11", 190-pound senior has done it all in leading Totino Grace to the state semifinals.
Congratulations to our defensive winners. Now, let's meet our All-Metro offensive team, plus our choice for Coach of the Year. Here they are.
A mighty mite leads our All-Metro offensive team. Meet 5'5" Brad Grossman. The Park Cottage Grove Jr. rushed for 1,686 yards in 12 games. He scored 26 touchdowns. 16 of those TDs were from 30 yards or more. With 4.4 speed, Grossman amassed over 2,000 all-purpose yards for the 10-2 Wolfpack. Leroy McFadden was the top running back in the Lake Conference. At 6'2", 230, McFadden ran over people instead of around them. He rushed for 21 touchdowns and 1,382 yards, and most of that against defenses primed to stop him. Richfield senior Ben Duffy led the Class AA Metro players in rushing during the regular season. Duffy averaged over 9 yards per carry and gaining over 1,700 yards. He scored 22 touchdowns for the Spartans in his only season at running back. He was a defensive back in 1993. Our fourth All-Metro running back is Stillwater's Aaron Runk. Without Runk, the Ponies might have been a 500 team. Runk rushed for over 1,200 yards and scored 21 touchdowns in 11 games. He returned 2 punts for TDs and had a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Our All-Metro quarterback is Anoka senior Jesse Chenard. Chenard has completed 63% of his passes, 14 for touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. It's Chenard's leadership that makes the difference. He's led Anoka to a perfect 12-0 record. Our All-Metro slot back is Jefferson's 5'8" Brent Grimes. The senior's rushed for over 750 yards. He also returned punts and kicks. As a receiver, Grimes has 21 catches for 373 yards. He has scored 12 touchdowns and has been the spark in leading the Jags to the state semifinals this week. Our All-Metro wide receiver is Tartan Jr. Matt Wege on the left, who caught 10 touchdown passes from quarterback Joe Ashfield on the right. The 6'1", 170-pounder caught 33 passes for 646 yards. Tartan finished 7-2. Both Wege and Ashfield are back next season. Our All-Metro tight end is Theron Von Barron of South St. Paul. The Gopher recruit caught 17 passes for 274 yards and 5 touchdowns. At 6'5", 225, he also played defensive end for the Packers. Casey Jensen of Egan leads our All-Metro offensive line. Lakeville coach Larry Thompson says Jensen at 6'7", 290 blocks out the sun. An All-State player, Egan once ran the same play over Jensen 19 times in one game. He's truly a gifted offensive lineman. Pat Howe of Edina is another massive lineman at 6'5", 300 pounds. Howe was a 3-year starter, a dominating force at right tackle. Opponents said they feared his mean streak. He also played defense. Johnson High School's Chris Hopparth at 6'4", 290 was the go-to guy for the Governors. Whenever they needed yardage, they ran over Chris at tackle. Matt Blodgett was the anchor of an Orono offensive line for the last 2 years. The 6'4", 250-pound senior was the Tri-Metro Lineman of the Year in opening big holes for the Spartans. Anoka Jr. Dave Butler rounds out our offensive lineman. He's 6'2", 250. Watch Butler drive block his opponent right out of the play. He's intense, strong, and a devastating blocker, a 2-year starter for the 12-0 Tornadoes. Our All-Metro kicker is South St. Paul's Louis Sylvester. The senior has an incredible leg. He hit 8 of 16 field goal tries, and the ones he missed were long range, including a 55-yarder off the crossbar. And finally, our coach of the year is Stan Shea of Bloomington Jefferson. After a slow start, Shea turned the Jags around, and they beat Apple Valley, Eden Prairie, and Creighton-Durham Hall to make it to this week's state semifinals. Jefferson has a record of 10-2. Congratulations to all of our choices for All-Metro, and my thanks to our photography staff. We had to go through 130 videotapes that we shot throughout the entire season to come up with all the video that you just saw here tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night for more state semifinal football coverage. Have a good night, everybody.
Tonight's Prep Sports Extra has been brought to you in part by